Two of the NFL's youngest teams squared off in Lambeau Field as Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers faced off against C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Both teams sit with solid records on the season but don't have that signature win, but look to pick it up here in Week 7. For Love and the Packers, this game started out a little rusty as on third down, Love is going to be picked off by Neville Hewitt, and that will result in a Texans field goal. Stroud and Houston also came out a little cold, but you can thank Xavier McKinney and the Packers defense as they gave Houston fits early in the game, coming up with a big-time sack on third down to knock Houston out of field goal range. This young Packers squad is a resilient group and would eventually start to get a little rhythm. Love drops back and hits Tucker Kraft over the middle for a touchdown, and the Packers would grab the lead. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur spoke about the response.
You know, we talked about it. We knew we were going to take some punches, and it was all about how we responded, and I was proud of the effort of our guys.
In the second half, Packers are looking to once again retake the lead. Love hits Josh Jacobs over the middle for a historical score as Love throws his 50th career passing touchdown, and Jacobs nabs his first ever receiving touchdown. Jordan Love spoke about the milestone score.
You know, that's something that we've talked about all season, trying to get Josh that first receiving touchdown, and we're able to do that. So I'm very happy for him, and it was a great little catch and run by him on the screen.
But the story of the game came in the final seconds. So many young guys on the field for Green Bay, but it was the veteran that saved the day as the Packers' new kicker, Brandon McManus, drills a game-winning 45-yard field goal. Coach LaFleur had this to say about the kick.
He's a vet, and you can see it. The moment's not too big for him, and obviously that was a big-time kick.
Well, what a game as the Packers knock off the Texans in walk-off fashion as they take this one 24-22 and will now look to continue this momentum into next week when they head down to Duval County in a matchup against the Jaguars. Well, that's going to do it for now. Reporting here in Green Bay, I'm Will Haroldson, Newswatch 12. It was a day that Hatchet fans won't soon forget. As the final horn sounded after a victory over Mosinee, the Tomahawk Hatchets found themselves moving on to the state hockey tournament for the first time in over 30 years. It was a dominant performance by the Hatchets as they controlled the game from the opening period, getting out to an early lead. Fireworks wouldn't stop early for Tomahawk as the offense exploded for 8 goals on the day. Hatchet's head coach Dewey Riley said the key for his team's success on offense was their ability to do the little things.
Our game plan the entire year is win a shift, win a period, and then we'll adjust. We talk all the time that we are blue-collar kids with white-collar skill, and that's how we need to work. You know, it's just a matter of us sticking to the scheme, playing as a team, not worrying about what they do, picking each other up, and keeping our foot on the gas.
Austin Lamer was the star of the show for the Hatchets in the sectional finals victory over Mosinee with his incredible 3-goal and 1-assist performance. He said the feeling of getting Tomahawk back to the state tournament is incredible.
It's amazing. It hasn't been done since '91. I think it's been around 33 years, and now we got a good program going, and I'm excited to see what next week has to hold.
Coach Riley said that this trip to the state tournament is the culmination of years of hard work.
When I came back to Tomahawk and started getting back involved in sports, this has always been the goal. And I was fortunate enough to be around some really great families and some really great kids that bought into what we were selling. And myself and some other guys like a Jason Stromberg and other guys that have helped throughout Tomahawk have really kind of helped put us back on the map of hockey.
Now the Hatchets have a chance to compete for the ultimate prize as they look to bring a state championship to Tomahawk.
Really just a humbling experience, and it's filling out my dream of playing Division I football.
For Bryce Jaworski, a dream came true this Tuesday afternoon as he signed his national letter of intent to play for Army West Point football. It has been a long 3-year journey for Bryce as he fought through opponents and injuries to earn a spot on Wausau West's varsity roster for 3 straight years. While it was an incredible accomplishment for Bryce, he said he couldn't have done it without the support of his family.
Last football season, I suffered a knee injury, and everyone here is supporting me wholeheartedly, so without them, I couldn't have done it myself.
Through his incredible play this past season, Jaworski earned himself a unanimous Valley Football Association all-conference first-team selection. Bryce's head coach Matt Johnson said his great work ethic is what got him to where he is.
I think most of it's just in his attitude. He just has the desire to be great, desire to work hard enough to be great, and then be on the field. He's a tough critic of himself, and he wants to do the right thing, and he's coachable, and all those things kind of just come together and gets us here today.
In his 3 seasons with the Warrior, Jaworski established himself as one of the best run and pass blocking tight ends in the Valley Football Association. And with Army being one of the most run-heavy offenses in all of college football, it was a perfect fit for Bryce and his skill set.
It's actually really a lot of what stuff we've been running with Coach Johnson this year, with H-back, pulling and kicking out and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to fit right in.
Now that pen has been put to paper, Bryce said he cannot wait to get out to New York and start practicing. But he said one of the things he is looking forward to most is the annual Army-Navy game.
Once I get to that point after my prep school year and stuff like that, it's going to be just an incredible experience. I'm really looking forward to it.
Two of the NFL's oldest franchises squared off in Lambeau Field as the Green Bay Packers faced off against the Chicago Bears. Not a lot was at stake in this game, with Green Bay already having clinched a playoff spot and the Bears have already been eliminated, but a win against their arch rivals could be what either ball club needs to end the regular season right. This game started with fireworks, but not for the Packers, as after a Green Bay punt, Chicago fakes out the entire Packers special teams as Josh Blackwell takes it and will go all the way into the end zone, 94-yard touchdown, and the Bears are up 7-0 early. Now in the second quarter, and it's 7-3 Bears, and they have it at the Green Bay 4-yard line, and DeAndre Swift will take it himself into the end zone for the score, and the Bears are up 14-3. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur had this to say about the slow start.
It's just so disappointing because I felt like our guys went out there and they played hard, and I thought our defense for the most part dominated. But when you give up a return for a touchdown and then they get a short field like they did in that first half, that's just too much.
Packers in need of a spark, and they get it from who else but Josh Jacobs as he powers his way into the end zone to make this one a 14-10 game. In the second half, and it all comes down to the foot of Cairo Santos. And this time he puts it right through the uprights as the Bears go on to win this one 24-22, ending their 11-game losing streak to Green Bay and handing Matt LaFleur his first loss to Chicago in his tenure as the Packers head coach. He spoke about how they need to turn things around going into the playoffs.
We got to flip the script as soon as possible and move on to the next game. And like I said, it's a whole new season, and if we know we got a tough road in front of us, but I think got one that guys are going to attack for sure.
Well, there you have it. The Bears take down the Packers, but all is not lost for Green Bay as they have clinched the 7th seed in the NFC playoff, and they'll be heading out to Philadelphia with a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, that's going to do it for now, but my partner Saul Meyer will have more on the key injuries to Packers stars heading into the playoffs, but that's going to do it for now. Reporting here in Green Bay, I'm Will Haroldson, Newswatch 12.
It's kind of like we get a whole fresh start to the season, and the real season starts now.
After a successful season, the Wisconsin Wendigo find themselves in a position for another postseason run. The Wendigo finished the regular season in second place of the Midwest Division, just a single point behind Anchorage. While it may have been disappointing to not win the division, Wendigo star Max Martin says they have higher goals.
It's obviously nice in the forefront to have that championship, but at the end of the day, we're in the playoffs and we're looking to make a run.
The opponent for the Wendigo in the divisional semifinal round will be a familiar one, and in-state rivals, the Janesville Jets. The Wendigo had success against the Jets this year, taking the regular season series 7-3. However, despite the success, head coach Blake Hedela says a postseason series is a completely different animal.
Anything can happen in the playoffs, and teams can find newfound motivation. So definitely not going to look too far to what's happened in the past against Janesville.
A major key to the Wendigo's success this season has been the stellar play of Max Martin. Coach Hedela said seeing his star player continue to improve was incredible.
The consistency at which he did it over the course of the season was pretty cool to watch. There was even nights where it didn't feel like it was his night, and then found a way in a third period to make a big play or finish a play. So it was pretty special to be a part of.
And while Martin knows he has had a once-in-a-lifetime season, he said he couldn't have got it done without the support of the Wendigo faithful.
The fans here play a huge factor for us, and it's a tough place to play for anyone on the road. So super excited to see the turnout we have and ready for it.